Hey, what's going on? We're here with another replay thing, and you know me, I hate replays, so the only reason we're doing this is because it's a good one. So, what's going on? What's happening? Why do I see so many armies? This is from a recent event, 2v2 Capture the Flag. If you are not a member of my channel very frequently, and you don't really play in my tournaments, but you maybe like to, we do a bunch of fun tournaments. Not all of them are serious. Like this one. Capture the Flag is you have two people on a team. One person takes a normal-ass army, that is me, the Dark Elves, and my friend here, Mr. Overlord, took our flag, meaning if his lord, Wulfric the Wanderer, ever dies, we lose the game. He's allowed to take two Kingsguard units, in this case took the campaign units, the Iceforge Legion. On the other side, I believe we had Tien and Lord Baltimore. I think Tien was Chaos, so he has the regular army, and Lord Baltimore? No, Lord Baltimore was Chaos, and then Tien has... Wulfric is also their flag, and they also took double Iceforge Legion, because this was later in the tournament, and the meta had developed that Iceforge Legions were very good. So Mr. Overlord and I thought there might be a double Iceforge Legion, so I deployed 4 shades in the far back to sneak up. And then for their credit, they didn't want to do a duel honorably with 2 Iceforge Legions versus 2 Iceforge Legions. They took 2 Hell Cannons also to further bolster their artillery. So our thought was, if we could just hamper their artillery, they would be forced to walk into our build. Our build is very defensive, their build is very defensive, so whoever could be on the defense, it was thought, would have a significant advantage. And Shades are going to do well here, because while these guys do look like they have 11,000 HP, it's the cannons that have 11,000 HP. Their crews are actually much squishier. So Shades are moving into position, currently stalking, can't see them. The Raven's Heralds, repeater crossbows in the sky, are going to fall back. I didn't think they would take that much damage from the Iceforge Legion, but they did. So that was a big whoopsie. And a mistake. You can see already why the Iceforge Legion might be turning meta in this tournament, is because it has ridiculous homing powers. I released a video recently talking about the Whirly Durly. You should go check that out if you want to watch the Iceforge Legion be really ridiculous. Now in the backfield, my Shades are still not spotted, and they are going to be moving up. Scourgerunner Chariots have largely been completely wrecked. And, yeah. So my skirmish force for the Dark Elves has been destroyed very, very thoroughly. Shades are now opening up on the Iceforge Legion, doing a little bit of damage. It's going to be hard to see until the crews drop their mounts. Other Shades come into view. They're also trying to shoot that Iceforge Legion, but they're just not... They're in range, but they're not firing, you can see, so it's kind of tedious, and I kind of awkwardly chase more. But then you can see I give new attack orders to just attack the Hell Cannons, which are 100% definitely in range, and we are going to annihilate them. So far, it doesn't seem like the Chaos Army has noticed the Shades back there. They will notice soon, however. So that Hell Cannon is almost shut down. This other Hell Cannon is largely doing fine. And I believe right about now is when these Chaos Warriors and Archaon are going to turn around and get a little angry. So one Hell Cannon is fully down. It has 1 crew member. That's not enough to man the battery. The other one's getting shot. And Chaos Marauders are given orders to go back and kick the shit out of those Shades. Scourgerunner rallies for a brief moment before it runs away again. The Raven's Heralds are trying to shoot those dogs, but not doing very well. My micro is mostly over here, so I missed a lot of things. Beautiful Burning Head coming from Archaon, but the Shades are actually going to dodge it a little bit. I think they kind of got knocked over by Archaon. I don't really know how they dodged that too well. Now they're scattering. I tried to split them off, one go that way, one go that way to get around this Marauder. This one runs around these Marauders and Archaon, and they're going to go back and shoot. Because their lives are forfeit, and I know that. I just want to take out as many of these artillery pieces as I can. Now for Mr. Overlord and myself, his Iceforge Legion has started trading with theirs. Unfortunately, I've not been able to help as much in that as I wanted to with these Shades, but maybe now we can turn the tide once again, as we have gotten past the Chaos Marauders that would be stopping us. So once again, we're in range. First, I aim for this single Hell Cannon, which is much easier to kill. And I send in, yet again, the Raven's Heralds, just to be a bit annoying. Tee off again. We can see a lot of damage coming down onto that Iceforge Legion between my Shade and Mr. Overlord's bombardments. We take that Hell Cannon offline. I believe that one is also offline. So now it's 2 Iceforge Legions versus 2 Iceforge Legions, and these ones have taken a little bit of damage. I throw on guard mode. I try to throw one last salvo here from these guys, but I don't think it's quite going to land. Meanwhile, Shades in the trees have rallied. On the far side, nothing's really happening over here, which is why I haven't been focusing the camera. We just have Iceforge Legion shooting outside of our box. Raven's Heralds run up. The Skirmish Cav is busy trying to stop the Shades, so I try to get a cheeky couple shots off, really just help out that artillery fight. Maybe sacrificing too much. I really didn't know how much damage these were going to do to the Iceforge Legion, and I hoped it was more. So we just try to get a few shots down, not firing super quickly, unfortunately, but we do have shades in the trees rallying a little bit, and they might come in use later. Mr. Overlord still firing our Iceforge Legions at the other one. He is soon going to take out a model, I believe. There we go. Took a lot of damage. Raven's Herald still firing, so it's 2 and 2, both very damaged, versus 3 and 2, and only that 2 is very damaged. Other than that, our box is still relatively intact. Raven's Herald getting chased off, Shades are still hiding in the trees, and now Chaos has decided they have to move up. They know they're not winning the artillery duel, and yes, they have to get engaged. He only has 3 total cannons left, 1 over here, 2 over there. Shades do launch a bit of a surprise attack on these Marauder Horsemen, just because they were getting so close they're going to spot me anyway, and I wanted to free up the Raven's Herald for a moment. It doesn't look like that was noticed, but we'll see. Still 5 active artillery pieces over here, only 3 on this side. Getting lower. And the front lines collide. Chaos Marauders hit Bleak Swords, other Wolfricks coming in, Archaon is coming in a little bit here. And these Iceforge Legions are actually running out of ammo, so maybe it's not even worth shutting them down anymore. It looks like they're down to 1 cannon model and 1 cannon model. Burning Head cleans up some Bleak Swords. Looks like it's going to miss those Dread Spears, luckily for me. And I do have Marathi run in on foot. And she is going to cut off these Chaos Marauders and get sniped by Archaon a little bit. Frontline fight in earnest. There's 1 Iceforge Legion model back over here. I do believe Mr. Overlord and I, at this point, decide it's not worth fighting anymore, and we'll turn our 5 cannons onto Wulfric, because remember, as I said at the start of the game, if we kill Wulfric or shatter him, this game is over, no matter the state of the game. So, lovely, lovely stuff there. He takes a good hit from the other Wulfric with Hunter of Champions. Both of them had Hunter of Champions on them. Iceforge Legion is doing some good damage. We've already burst him down to about half. I threw a Doom Bolt in there for good measure, hit him. More Iceforge Legion shots coming in, homing in onto that giant mammoth body. He's taking a lot of damage. Things are going pretty well for us. Now in the backfield, I mess up a little bit. My Dread Spears leave behind the Iceforge Legion crews, and these Chaos Warhounds are going to get onto them and stop them. Their Wulfric is routing. A beautiful Burning Head comes in from Archaon, just roasting all these Dark Elf infantry that were super blobbed up, because again, I was focusing elsewhere, as was my mistake. Iceforge Legion still pounding the other Wulfric. He's down to 4,000 health, which for a Mammoth isn't a lot, but for most characters in the game is. Dread Spears, our Wulfric, and Marathi are all in this area. It looks like the Slayer of Kings is popped, because Archaon is trying to fight our Wulfric a little desperately, and we do decide to just turn around and beat him down. So all these spears, Marathi and Wulfric, are going to turn around and do a lot of damage to Archaon pretty soon here. Iceforge Legion's getting shut down by dogs. One of my Dread Spears is out of position now that's chasing off these Chaos Marauders, and more dogs are going to come in as these Dread Spears were moving around trying to help out as well. A completely whiffed Soul Stealer comes in. I couldn't cancel it, unfortunately. It was just a misclick, and that is pretty bad. But the Witch Elves nearby rampage Archaon. He can't run away. And the enemy Wulfric has rallied with only 2,300 health at this point and casts a Sea Fang through all of our units here. Mr. Overlord and I are ahead on the balance of power, though our Iceforge Legions are all shut down. Their Wulfric is super low, our Wulfric is very healthy, and looking around the map, they do have some Marauder skirmish cav around that are going to be quite tedious. Archaon's taken a lot of damage, there's no healing on his roster, it's going quite well for us. And Hunter's Champions is just a really good spell in 2v2. It's quite nice. So we're having a little bit of trouble connecting onto Archaon at this point. Looks like Wulfric keeps getting distracted by random Chaos Marauders. Dread Spears are running in to try and help the Iceforge Legions and also peel off some dogs. Chaos Marauders are routing. Archaon's routing. Balance of power is in our favor at this point. I think I throw another Doom Bolt onto Wulfric. I wasn't sure, because I know most people can dodge Doom Bolts, but I wasn't sure if a Mammoth could because it's too big. Yeah, it hits him. It's nice little poke damage there. Archaon's routing off. Things are looking okay. We have a Hunter of Champions on Wulfric, just slowing him down so these Marauder Horsemen can shoot at him, I believe. And Mr. Overlord casts a Sea Fang onto Wulfric, trying to slow him so we can maybe cut him off, but he does dodge it. Dread Spears are pushing away these dogs. Iceforge Legion is down to 7 individual dwarf models, 6 now. These dogs are somehow holding on while being attacked by 2 spears. And another dog unit's coming in, so that Iceforge Legion's not coming back. Fireball misses our Wulfric, and barely misses the other Wulfric. Almost a little bit of betrayal there from Archaon. A lot of punk, punk, punk sounds going on. And the last of my Dark Elf infantry are running. We're just trying to catch this Wolfric, maybe corner him in a little bit, because we don't really want to fight all this Chaos infantry and skirmish cav and get poked down. Over here, Dreadspear's still fighting dogs around the Iceforge Legion, but the Iceforge Legion is down to 8 HP in one model, so they can't pilot the cannons anymore, so that's a moot point. And I do think I eventually abandon him and start to fan out. Yeah, I'm giving attack orders. You can see my character bar is trying to cut off the other Wolfric. And we just need to route him off the edge. If he routes off the edge of the map, we're going to win. Mr. Overlord decides to go fight with some of my infantry since he can't catch himself. They're the same speed, so he's just going to go fight there. I'm trying to get Marathi in range for a Soul Stealer and put a Soul Stealer on him and hope that maybe just breaks him. And this could prove to be an overextension as dogs are going to take out my Bleak Sword support, and Archaon is going to run around them. He pops Foe Seekers moving very, very quickly, and he sprints in here. Now, as soon as he gets into contact with Marathi, he does pop Slayer of Kings and Standard Die. So he's 68 melee attack. Marathi has 40 melee defense. Now he's down to 58, but he does hit her. She hits back, I think. Then he hits her again, and with 2 hits, he's taken her down to 1/3 health. And with another hit, though she hits him back, Marathi is going to rout. Now, Mr. Overlord's Wolfric will plow in. He will rout and kill Archaons. That was a brutal trade there, but I did lose Marathi and he lost a super wounded Archaons. That was definitely very much better for the red team. A Sea Fang is coming down from Mr. Overlord, trying to slow down these units and maybe even rout off those horsemen, just trying to buy Marathi a little bit of space so she comes back, but the other Wolfric is nearby and ready to chase. At this point, the Dark Elves, my force, are pretty much out of support to give. And Mr. Overlord decides that his Wolfric can try to chase this other Wolfric right at the edge of the map. Aside from that, we don't have a ton of options left. There's just a lot of the red team left. You can see they're now ahead on the balance of power. That Marathi misplay was pretty big. We will see. But Hunters of Champions, unfortunately lowering his speed by 45%, will stop Mr. Overlord's Wolfric from cutting off the other one. And instead he will turn around. He's going to go help these Dreadspears because the Dreadspears are the last support he has on the whole map, so he does want to keep them around. And his mere presence will terrify off some Chaos Marauders. We can hit fast forward a little bit here as it's going to be a lot of skirmish cav shooting our Wolfric and us trying to clean through some Chaos Marauders with great weapons. Yada yada, yada yada. Our Mammoth's getting a little low. Alright, here it is. Foe Seekers coming in. They're running out of ammunition on every front. Our Wolfric has 3,500. He has Sword of Torgold pop and Foe Seeker. He pops Hunter of Champions on the other guy and he hits him, but he also gets hit even though he's not Hunters of Champions. He hits him again, but he himself's not hit. And with 30 HP, he gets distracted because big model problems, and the other Wolfric's going to run with 30 HP. He doesn't break. His leadership is -1, but he doesn't quite break, and Mr. Overlord gets army lost as he tries to chase through. And if he had done 30 more damage at any point in the battle, well, not him, I mean me too. If anybody had done 30 HP more damage in that entire battle, we would have won the 2v2, but instead, we lost. And it was a banger of a game. Shades all got about 800 or more value, which is pretty good considering what they were shooting. Marathi did fine for Mr. Overlord. His Wolfric got 3,100 value. Both his Iceforge Legions, one got 2,000, one got almost 5,000. For Tien, 3,600 on Archaon. His Chaos Marauders got mixed values, but all pretty good. Horsemen got excellent value. Dogs, on the whole, got excellent value. Hell Cannons did not. They both got shut down super easily by Shades. The other Wolfric got 600 value, and the other Hell Cannons got 3,200 and 1,500. So that was a fun game, and I thought I'd show you that format we have going on, that not everything on the channel is just a straight 1v1. All right, see you around.